If you're planning on relocating down to Rio Rancho and you're struggling with trying to find which neighborhood is going to best fit your needs, I'm here to tell you that in today's video, I'm going to be going over the top 3 neighborhoods based on a bunch of research and a bunch of other people saying that these neighborhoods are the top 3 ones that you're going to want to pay attention to, especially if you are planning on relocating this next year. So hang tight, grab your pen and your pad, let's get into today's video. It is freezing cold out here. I usually don't wear a beanie. You guys see me. I'm usually in a ball cap. But with temperatures below 35 degrees, I usually break this thing out just to keep my little noggin warm. Now, the first neighborhood that I wanted to bring up in this video is going to be the Cabezon area. And again, just to remind you, this list isn't compromised in any particular order, right? First off, why Cabezon and why are more people looking to relocate here? Well, for one, it's affordable, right? On the average, you're going to be looking around under $400,000 for a house. And the houses in here get pretty unique and pretty intricate. Being that it does give you a conglomerate of different neighborhoods, like there's a part of the Cabezon that is actually gated and a part of it that is not. So you get to pretty much choose, right? And the homes are going to vary, you know, they're either going to be oversized for that multi-generational family, or they're going to be that basic 3-bed, 2-bath house that is, you know, a little bit more on the upscale end per se. If you're looking for that, then this is going to fit your needs. But the whole vibe there, right? It's really family orientated. There's parks, there's a community center with a pool and a gym. I think they may even have like a cafe inside of that community center the last time that I was there. With Russ Medical Center being right down the street, if you're in case of emergency or you need to get to a doctor's appointment, like everything is going to be right there. And they're continuously bringing brand new restaurants, developments on the other side of Unser across the street from the Russ Medical Center. So you can just tell that this area, especially because it's close to Albuquerque, gets a ton of attention from the city of Rio Rancho. Now, why do people move here? Well, again, the family orientation and everything that it provides for the basic family and their needs, and just the overall cleanliness, because the HOA does a lot for the community there. They also do events like movies in the park, flea markets at that Cabezon Park. And another cool thing that I just thought about, speaking about parks, is that a park above is actually right down the street from there, and it's an all-inclusive park. So it really just brings a lot of the community together in that little area right on the cusp of Rio Rancho and Albuquerque. So it's an awesome place for anybody to pick to live. Hold up. Before you move on with the video, I wanted to hop in real quick just to thank you for stopping by the Living in Albuquerque channel. If this is your first time tuning in, go ahead and hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom. That way you never miss out on any videos, because I am dropping videos just like this one here, talking about all the great things Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and the surrounding cities have to offer. And as much as I love to do this video for you, I also would love to help you out with your real estate needs. And that number popping up on the screen here is my direct line. Feel free to call or text me at any time, because as much content that we're putting out, we're helping just as much people with their relocation needs. So if you are ready, go ahead and hit us up. But if you're not, there's a link in the description down below for you to download a free relocation guide. And enough of me blabbering off. Let's hop back into the video. All right, now if you see me squinting, it's because I'm standing directly in the sun. Your boy had to just get warm, and if the video quality is a little bit off, that's just what it is. I just hope that you can hear the message, right? And the second neighborhood that I'm going to bring up is Enchanted Hills. And Enchanted Hills is its own vibe. And me and Enchanted Hills go way back, because when I first started my career back in 2018, this is where I sold my first house. Now, with the difference in price ranges back in 2018 to today, I'll be honest with you, they've changed a lot. And that's because it's become a lot more popular for people to relocate here because of a few things. It is a little bit more suburban, so you are going to get a little bit more quietness when it comes down to living in this neighborhood. It's super close to a bunch of different amenities, and with them just being able to grow a lot more on that side there, because the availability of land is just like tremendously huge, it just makes sense for the city just to add more things, especially because of 550 being one of the main travel ways for a lot of the people that live in Rio Rancho. So they just want to get that influx of traffic off of that roadway into these different marketplaces. What can you spend when it comes to buying a house there? Well, right now you're looking around $385,000. In some cases, you could find a pretty decent house for under that. So you're going to save a ton of money if you're looking for quietness, community, and just the plethora of markets, convenience stores, Home Depot, Walmart, and all that stuff right down the street from you. So what can you do here? Well, it's pretty relaxing, and with it being less than an hour away from Jemez, you'll find yourself spending a lot of time outdoors. And that's not to say that if you don't like spending time outdoors, this isn't a neighborhood for you, because the overall just slower pace, quietness, the suburban feel, and just community vibe that this area provides, it makes a ton of sense for anybody, and it's affordable, right? So if that makes sense, let's find you a house in Enchanted Hills. The next area is a little bit off the beaten path. Not a lot of people talk about this area because it's unique and it's expensive in most cases. Now, this is not to push the expensiveness or say that, we're trying to push a higher dollar value. It's an awesome neighborhood that a lot of people are actually relocating to because they are building newer homes that are a little bit more affordable than the custom ones that they build in here. And the neighborhood I'm talking about is Mariposa. This smart planned, master planned community just offers a lot. It has a community center that has an actual cafe, large swimming pool, a gym, and like an event center where you can go and just have a gathering for anybody that you're hosting a birthday for, small get together, or whatever the case is. Now, in most cases, the houses here are going to start in the low 400. Hey, I've seen them go past $1 million in some cases, but it just all depends on what the house is, where it's at, and if it was a custom built home, because Amreston and Richmond are building homes in this community and they stay around that $500,000 mark. So just be aware that it is going to be a little bit more expensive for you to live in this community, but there's houses that they build with like massive RV garages and all that stuff, so it's pretty cool. A lot of people that travel back and forth from Los Alamos or just work in Santa Fe tend to pick to live in this area just because of the convenience of it being a lot closer to Santa Fe than Albuquerque is, so the travel time just is a lot better. Now, they also do have like trail systems up the yin yang here. You're talking about miles and miles of hiking and biking trails in this community that you can just step out your front door and enjoy. So if you're into that kind of thing, just another added perk to living here in Mariposa. So why do people move here? Well, for one, it feels luxurious, it is private, it is suburban, so you get all the good qualities of living in a great community, and plus you're still in Rio Rancho, so you still get the benefit of being anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes away from grocery shopping, convenience stores, doctors, and all that stuff, high-rated schools that they have there in Rio Rancho. So if that makes sense, we'd love to help you find a house there as well. Oof. I know if you've been to the channel and you've seen some of my videos, you know that I talk with my hands a lot. And in this video, I haven't really moved or utilized my hands very much because I took them out for just a little bit in that last clip and they froze up. And my hands get super dry, and that's another thing you're going to want to account for when you move to New Mexico, that winters are dry here and you are going to use a lot of lotion on your hands because you're constantly washing your hands, right? Cold and flu season. Just want to make sure that you stay healthy. So it's going to dry your hands up, and that's what happens to me. So I need to buy some pretty good lotion for my hands just to make sure I stay moisturized. But which neighborhood is going to be perfect for you? And not in a perfect in the sense where everything just makes sense, but it just makes sense enough for you to be able to relocate to Rio Rancho and pick one of these top 3 neighborhoods. Well, if it's affordability, you're gonna move to Cabezon. If you're looking for luxury, you're gonna move to Mariposa. If you just wanna be a little bit more centrally located and don't mind paying a little bit more for it, Enchanted Hills is gonna be a great place for you to move to, especially if you need that easy access to 550 and I-25. Really, what you're looking at here when you're relocating to any one of these areas is gonna be price point or the lifestyle, because Cabezon, for one, is like super family focused. They have family events, they got community centers, they're close to all the high-rated schools, and Loma, Colorado, which is another neighborhood that a lot of people move to, is super close to this area as well. So if you're looking for parks, like a park above that just offers a ton of things to do for the kiddos and you just want to keep them busy, then we move you to Cabezon. If you're looking for a little bit more peace and quiet, you like the open feel of the lay of the land, but you still want the convenience of going to the grocery store and being like 15 minutes away from there, then you move to Enchanted Hills. Now, if you're like, man, all of that sounds great, I'm retiring, I just want to buy myself a big, nice home that I can have some great views from and just live in a community that I don't really need to leave, then Mariposa is just going to make a ton of sense. So all that wrapped in together, it's going to be budget, it's going to be lifestyle. Sorry, there's a pigeon over here that just keeps eyeing me. But all wrapped together, it's going to be budget and lifestyle. lifestyle, and just relatively how close you want to be to like freeway systems or Albuquerque, because some of these places are a little bit more far out than Cabezon, which is super close to Albuquerque. And getting into Albuquerque, as you know, travel times is super important, and if you live on the north end in Mariposa, it can take you almost an hour just to get into Albuquerque. Ooh, I hope all of that just makes sense. And this is not to say that there's not any other great areas in Rio Rancho, because Rio Rancho is a great city and it's growing fast. So if you're planning on jumping onto the ship before a set sail and things get way more expensive here in the next 10 years, we can help you with relocating. Now, if none of these areas make sense and there's another area in Rio Rancho that you're interested in, we can also help you get some more info. And the way that we do that is through our phone number that's popping up on the screen here, because as much as I love doing these videos, I would love to also help you out with your real estate needs. And I am the one that answers all the calls, texts, and emails. So if you're interested in having a quick conversation just to try to figure all this out, I love to help you in that aspect. So I'm gonna get back inside. It's too dang cold out here for me to be doing these videos. With the sun coming out, it does feel good, but we have a ton of work to do today. And as always, I hope you have a great weekend. Catch you on the next one. Peace.